Many Republicans and Democrats in Congress are pushing for more FISA surveillance. Hopefully Congress can reform this, but we know the FBI used FISA to try to illegally take down President Trump. Remember that? There was only one arrest, and that guy got away with a slap on the wrist. All the other participants of this coup have gone unpunished and were even given book deals or are on fake news networks like CNN and MSNBC. Beginning in 2016, Democrats began to perceive correctly that the U.S. security state are their allies. The deep state was in bed with the Democrats. It's where Russiagate came from. And then came Trump's presidency. The CIA, FBI, and Pentagon repeatedly thwarted Trump's policies, so they swooned even more. One of the very same people that weaponized the surveillance state is pushing for it yet again to fight domestic terrorists, whatever that is, at home.
Hamas, we know, has a presence here in the United States. The idea that we would turn off the prime vision, the prime insight that we have into terrorists who are overseas, terrorists like Hamas terrorists, who may, in fact, be talking to people in the United States and planning activities here. We don't know that, but it's certainly a top priority for the FBI right now. The idea that we would turn off that flow of information, which is entirely lawful and has survived every court challenge, is just astounding to me.
Even more astounding is that clown, McCabe, got a gig at CNN. There's never an excuse to spy on innocent Americans, not even in the name of national security, because they'll abuse that. A decade ago, many people denounced mass warrantless NSA spying on Americans. Everyone should still be opposed to this. Those who are changed become cheerleaders for the CIA, FBI, NSA, who are mostly Democrats, those people, and Republican war hawks. As Congressman Massie, Thomas Massie notes, many GOP opponents of the FBI and NSA warrantless domestic spying voted yes to bring the FISA bill to a vote. It's the first chance in years to reform domestic surveillance on Americans. So joining us now is the man himself, Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie. Congressman, good to have you. So with all the abuses at the FISA court, especially under Trump, why would so many Republicans vote to re-up the FISA court's charter going forward without fixing it first?
Yeah, it's got to be fixed. Look, we know about the abuses. In fact, they spied on a congressman in the Intel Committee, and that's why they've actually created a carve-out in this bill, Eric, for congressmen. This is incredible to me. This should be a giant red flag. If the members of the Intel Committee are so secure that they have fixed all of the problems with this bill and we don't need warrants, why did they carve out a provision for Congress that says if the FBI is going to spy on a congressman using the 702 program, they have to notify Congress first? And if they say they're doing it for the congressman's own good, they got to get the congressman's permission to spy on him using the 702 program, you know, the backdoor search where they search the existing database. That should be a big red flag. Rules for thee, not for me.
So many of the rules for thee, not for me, the way stock trading is handled. Nancy Pelosi makes hundreds of millions of dollars trading stocks, maybe illegally, who knows. And then we, the real common people, can't do what we could never mimic what Congress people can do. In the stock market, we go to jail for the exact actions. This is another one, but this one affects so many people. So so folks understand, if the FBI wants to surveil an American, they can now do it without having to show the proof and evidence in a FISA court to get that warrant?
So what they would tell you is that they're actually surveilling foreign targets. But what happens when they collect that information on foreign targets, they're using servers and email providers in the United States to collect that information. They collect a lot of information on Americans. And what they're saying is because we didn't surveil the American, because we accidentally collected all of this stuff, we don't need a warrant to go in there and search that massive database. Now, when they give us the briefings, they make it try and sound like, oh, there's nothing but Hamas in the database. Well, then why did an NSA employee do a query on a tender date into this database? I'm pretty sure they weren't looking to see if it was a Hamas operative. Pretty sure there's enough data in there to find out a lot of personal information about Americans, and that's what we're concerned about. You wouldn't need this carve-out for congressmen if you just said we're going to follow the Constitution for all 330 million people who are here, and we're going to get a warrant in the FISA court before we put your name into that computer.
The Fourth Amendment to the Constitution says that it protects against things like warrantless surveillance, illegal searches and seizures, so to speak. Congressman John Bolton has never never shied away from wanting war and looking for reasons to find war. He had this to say. Take a listen.
Who did you write in 2020? You've never revealed that before.
Well, I might as well say it now. I voted for Dick Cheney.
Wow.
And I'll vote for Dick Cheney again this November.
He wrote in Dick Cheney's name in 2020, and he's going to do it again. I mean, could this guy be any more anti-American at all?
That's a real shot in the face to me, you know, that he would vote for Dick Cheney.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you
listen.
did there. Remember Dick Cheney shot his hunting buddy in the face. Well done there. Well played, Congressman. But your thoughts on Bolton? Bolton's the kind of guy who would love
that was
this
his buddy.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Right, and listen, why are they screaming about and giving us these briefings in the skiff about national security and Hamas when they're leaving the border wide open? You know, we've been making that point to our leadership here. We've never got a briefing in a classified setting about those threats who are coming across the border. I mean, it's disingenuous, really.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Congressman Thomas Massie, I love the shot in the face. Well played, my friend. Congressman Thomas Massie, thank you for joining us.
All right.
All right.